What's up guys, Ooh here. For those of you who don't know me, to a lot of people it just seems like I cannot get enough of palindrome. Now why? Why do I use this weapon? Tons of people are always asking me, why do I only use a palindrome with 32 meters of range? Why am I not using one with opening shot? Why am I not using rangefinder? Well, for one, I don't like rangefinder, but to get into more detail throughout this video, I'll be explaining why I continue to use this so-called terrible hand cannon while digging into why this is the best choice for me in Season 15. I've racked up over 16,000 kills across all of my roles, and I wanted to give an update about where I think this hand cannon stands amongst all the new giants in Season 15 Part 2, like the Time Lost Fatebringer or Eyes Luna. Now, I often preach about how important perks like Opening Shot or Eye of the Storm are on hand cannons, for numerous reasons, mainly being accuracy retention throughout a gunfight, but you'll notice Palindrome doesn't have any of these perks, so why do I even bother using it? Today, I'm going to go over why I continue to use this weapon, why it's perfect for me as a primary in Season 15, the utility it has within the Season 15 Part 2 meta, and talk a little bit about Palindrome's competition as a hand cannon. Firstly, Palindrome occupies the energy slot, and all of my main specials like Eye of Soul, Reese Walker, the new Anniversary Shotgun, Witherhoard, and Chaperone, which is disgusting, happen to occupy the primary slot. While I do pick specials based off of what primary I am using, I picked these special weapons to pair with Palindrome so long ago that they're just my mains now. This brings me to my second point, Quick Draw. Palindrome has access to Quick Draw, one of the best synergistic options for sniping. With Eye of Soul being my main special weapon for Season 15 Part 2 Trials, not having Quick Draw on your primary for body shot cleanups is basically a sin. Quick Draw also helps shotgunning from time to time, however with abilities globally being nerfed, I think fulfilling my role as a sniper will lead me to winning more games. Ability play synergizes much better with shotgunning than it does with sniping, due to most abilities occupying close to close mid-range. And since abilities are much less prevalent than they were before, looking at you Shatterdive, it relieves a lot of pressure on an effective sniper because shotgunners have much less access to the tools they used to close the gap. Also a byproduct of the Season 15 Part 2 changes is the intellect rework. This season in Trials, playing passively for super regen's effect has been greatly reduced, and you are rather rewarded for super energy for taking damage and dealing damage. Thresh regenerates 1% of your super bar per kill, and while it doesn't sound like much, to put that into perspective, I have nearly 6,200 kills on my Thresh Palindrome only in Trials, with Thresh building 1% super for a kill, and also assuming I play the old value of 6 intellect, meaning my super charges in about 4.5 minutes, it means I have spent 4 hours and 39 minutes less waiting for my super to recharge. And surely that has made a big difference across entire play sessions. In Season 15 Part 2 Trials, where super recharge times sit at about 7 minutes passively, Thresh's 1% super recharge bonus has a bigger effect on your passive super regen. This means that Thresh's effectiveness has been increased by nearly 40% from earlier this season. Now I want to talk about Palindrome's stat package. Palindrome has insane base range and stability, coupled with access to ricochet rounds and barrels that make the recoil go to 100. Alongside an amazing weapon model and some already fantastic range, my role with chambered, ricochet, and a ranged masterwork sits at around 32 meters of range drop-off. In my opinion, this is the perfect range for still having an insane stability stat of 83. Its aim assist is only 89 with 1 helmet targeting, but I find the absurd levels of stability and consistency in the recoil makes having to be much more precise very, very easy. A high stability stat also means I am subjecting myself less to the stability penalty when sliding, and I'm not fighting anything but flinch in a one-on-one gunfight. 100 recoil direction means my recoil is always going to the same place, so adjusting accordingly is second nature. Now with all of that being said, we know why I enjoy using pali, but where does pali actually fit in the metagame? For me, it's the top option, and it can still be for others, especially if you prefer rangefinder. But in a meta where flinch and ease of use are king, you'll probably find most shotgunners sticking to Fatebringer. Flinchbringer with explosive payload is a sure way to annoy high-level opponents, and opening shot leaves lots of room for error for ease of use. Eyes Luna also came along with access to roles like rangefinder and moving target, but I find that the lack of perks such as opening shot or Eye of the Storm sets it behind something like Fatebringer in a lot of cases. In my opinion, you're probably going to get the most value out of Eyes Luna if you use one with Demolitionist. Palindrome sits in a spot unlike either option, and none of these hand cannons are too much alike to call one the best. I'm glad they all have specific use cases and unique utility, and I'll continue to use what works best for me, while others use what's best for them. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you learned something from today's video, and enjoy the rest of your day. Later.